Good morning, my friends. I'm the worst singer and I don't give a flying fuck. So I'm going to have an acai bowl this morning. I am kind of not like defrosting, but making these a little bit less frozen AF. And then I'm going to be adding a banana, some sugar, and some protein because I do not eat meat. So we need that. And I'm going to be mixing it or blending it with orange juice. And I'm going to add chia seeds as well. And then after the blender, here is the final product. I think I added a little bit too much orange juice, but then I'm going to top it with the rest of these goji berries, some shredded coconut, dried cranberries, and some granola. And it's going to be so delicious and good for you. I forgot to add my favorite. I love these things. Normally I get like the regular corn puffs or whatever, but I decided to spice it up a little bit and get the cinnamon ones. And this is my acai bowl, and I'm going to enjoy the F out of it, and it's going to be so bomb. I love acai bowls. I have one at least, okay, let's say maybe like 2 at least every single week, and they're just so good, so nutritious. I'm obsessed. Hey, it's the first time I'm like twerk, twerk. Acai bowl for. I'm going to be making a quick lunch before I run out again. I had a busy, eventful morning, and now it's my break time, so I get to come home for lunch. And I get to make my lunch, which I'm so thankful for, at home, with natural, fresh ingredients. And then I'm going to go back. Well, I have physical therapy, so that's that. So I really enjoy these. A friend told me about them, and it's just rice noodles, so they're gluten-free. I get it at I get it at Sprouts. And I'm sure they have them anywhere, and the good thing about this is they cook in 3 minutes, so you just boil the water and let it cook for a minute, turn it off, let it sit for a minute, and it's done. And because I'm so sassy and creative, I add this in there, and I saute mushrooms in white wine separately in a pan, and then I'll add it into, and then I add the arugula as well. So basically I cook this together with the broccoli slaw and then the baby arugula. I go through these phases of my greens. I went through that kale phase, and they're better in green juices. I don't really prefer kale on its own unless it's like kale chips or a kale Caesar salad. That's pretty delicious. If you haven't tried it, try it. And then I went through my spring mix phase and spinach phase, and now I'm in the arugula, and I just prefer it. I like the taste of it, and I mean, it just really is your preference, but I figure if I'm going to be eating something, I want to make it as nutrient as possible because I do have a small appetite. So when I have an appetite, I try to get as many nutrients as I can in my body. So that's about that. And then I'm going to cook this up and I'm going to show you guys the finished product. It's really, really easy after you get the steps down, and it takes less than like 10 minutes to make, and it's something warm. And right now in San Diego, it's raining like crazy, and we are not used to this weather. Let me tell you something. Oh, and then because it's been such a long day already, I know what is my life, but that's the thing when you're working on yourself and you're also working. I mean, it's very powerful. I like to just keep going. I don't know. Anyways, I'm also going to be having this to drink. These are pretty delicious. I got them on sale, and I picked up a ton of them, and they do work. I'm pretty sure they have B12 in it, and I also take B12 as a vitamin supplement, so this and probably some lemon water, or just probably regular water. I always drink things throughout the day. I don't know, I'm always just really thirsty, like a thirsty ass bitch. I really don't know. I'm constantly drinking stuff, and always with a straw because I don't like to mess up my teeth. So now that I think about it, when I did the white wine before in this, it didn't work out that great just because the flavors don't mix well. So I'm just going to be sauteing the mushrooms in a separate pan with this, and this is just a blend. It's just my preference. I mean, as long as it doesn't smell like coconuts and it's organic, I'm down with that. Okay, so while the mushrooms are sauteing, I add fresh crushed black pepper, and then a tad bit of the Himalayan pink salt. That's the best salt I feel like you're gonna find, and sometimes you just need a little. I don't use that much salt when I'm cooking at home just because it retains water and it makes you bloated, and it's really not that good for you ideally, but it just makes your food taste better. So I mean, whatever. And that's what they should look like after they're done and sauteed. Fun fact, if you can't afford or don't have any oil, literally just use water. It gives the same effect, and it's also not clogging your arteries and bad for you. So honestly, if you can afford that, water works just as great. I mean, who's to say that you can't use it, because in my experience, it works just fine, so don't worry about that. And then this is the finished product. So you have your rice, you have your veggies, so the broccoli slaw is in there. It always is at the bottom. Broccoli slaw, the arugula, the sauteed mushrooms, and I just feel like this is delicious, especially on a cold day. And I'm no pro, but this seems to work for me, and it's healthy and vegan. So there's that. Okay, I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to marinate this shrimp. I get it frozen section at Trader Joe's. I take these little things off, which I'm going to do right now. And then I'm going to add lemon pepper, some orange juice, and some fresh squeezed lemon in it. And I'll show you how everything should look once I put it together. Okay, see how I took off the little tail thingies? Ugh, this is so gross, I know. This is the worst part about it because I am a girl clean freak AF. The Zoloft that I'm taking is supposed to be helping with my OCD, but when I get really stressed out, I get more and more. It just shows out, and it's just about cleaning. It's under control-ish. But I like to wash them myself because trust issues, and then they just basically look like this in a storage bag. Okay, my friends, this is what it's supposed to look like. Just kidding, kind of, sort of. I know I'm kind of goofy, but, you know, can't really help it. But, okay, Brie, calm down. So this is the marinade that I made today. I make different ones depending on my mood, and I let it sit overnight. It is currently probably like 8 p.m. And then I'm going to be cooking it tomorrow around like 5 or 6. Not quite sure what I'm going to pair it with yet. I mean, you guys obviously will see, but basically it's 2 lemons worth of lemon juice, orange juice, and lemon pepper, and that's it. I'm gonna let it marinate in its juices and soak up all its awesomeness so we can eat good, girl. And as you can see, I popped that bad boy in the fridge, and it's gonna sit there. The little babies are gonna sit there for a whole day, and it's gonna be so good for you. Okay, so it's currently 6 o'clock, so I'm doing my meal prepping or getting dinner started for myself. I only use red potatoes from Trader Joe's. I don't really care for any other type of potatoes other than the yellow gold ones. Not like the regular russet or whatever. Those are just like, no thanks. So I peeled them and I cut them, and I'm going to boil them in a pot of water with some Himalayan pink salt for about 15 minutes. Okay, and as you can see, these are done. They're cooked. I'm going to mash them up. I'm going to add some onion powder, I'm going to add in the butter and the oil, the milk, and I use either cashew milk or almond milk, depending on what what store has or whatever. And then this is the butter that I use. And I'll show you guys the final product when I'm done. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you cook some vegan AF mashed potatoes. Oh yeah, girls. I'm gonna get down on this dinner. We're gonna be grubbing so hard. And when I say we, I mean I, because it's just me. But now you guys can create some poppin' ass meals. And now I'm going to be making the cream dish, or just like, I don't know what you want to call it. Put a ton of stuff together and like make it warm. I don't know. So, okay, that sounded so gross. Anyways, back. Okay, so I added butter, a little bit of water, and some cashew milk, along with Himalayan pink salt, pepper. I'm out of garlic powder, which makes my life so sad. Sorry, this is not staple. Onion powder, and a lot of pepper because I like them spices, girl. And I'm gonna let this sit on like a really low heat for probably like 10 minutes or something, and then plate it with the mashed potatoes. And after the 10 or 15 minutes of it sauteing, this is what it should look like. Mind you, I'm making this up in my head. There's a lot of shit that goes on in there, but nothing's a lie, and everything is facts. So, fact, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I know it tastes really good. And then I drained all the liquids out of it, and I'm going to plate it and also cook the shrimp. Do you remember these from last night? Do you remember these little babies that now we are just going to cook them, and then dinner will be served. And you see, my friends, that is the final product. Dinner of one. And I even have enough for tomorrow's dinner. Normally I end up cooking for two, even though it's almost always me alone. But, I mean, at least I don't have to cook tomorrow night. I'll just wrap it up and warm it up in a pan. Girl, we eating good around here. And now for my end of the day treat. My last one, and I love them. They're so delicious for my stomach. Dinner of motherfucking one. Yep, I did this. I did this so hard. Man.